Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball Card Breaks. Today we have the Time Travel Tuesday edition. And in today's episode we will be opening a box of 1991 Topps Archives. And this edition of Archives says it has the Ultimate 1953 set. These have glossy reproductions of the Topps 1953 baseball cards using Stadium Club photo imaging technology. Plus, it has the cards that never were, and I'll explain that to you here shortly. So this box I picked up off of Mercari. I paid $20 for it. And what we're going to be looking for today in this set is primarily the Mickey Mantle 1953 reproduction card. In addition to the Mickey, we're going to be looking for Hank Aaron Prospects card is what it's considered, as well as Willie Mays, and there's a Ted Williams card. Also, there is the Yogi Berra card. So those are the ones that we're going to be looking for today. I did look up on eBay what PSA 10s are going for in those cards. And the Mickey Mantle PSA 10 is going anywhere from $23 up to $62. So I'm not really sure why there's such a wide range. Maybe because it's a reproduction. Maybe there's just not as much interest in these cards, which, you know, is to be expected. The rest of the cards in this set don't hold a ton of value. So, you know, we're really hoping to get one or two Mickeys and the Mays and the Williams and the Yogi and the Hank Aaron, of course. So just some real quick background on this, which I found really interesting before we get started, is it says here the 1953 Top Archives set is a reprint of the original 274 card 1953 top set. The only card missing from the reprint is that of Billy Lowe's, which is card number 174, who did not give Topps permission to reprint his card. Moreover, the set has been extended by 57 cards, with cards honoring Mrs. Eleanor Engel, Hoyt Wilhelm, who had already been inducted in the Hall of Fame. His set is card number 153. Dizzy Dean and Al Simmons and prospect Hank Aaron. Oh, these are 1953 Hall of Fame inductees. Oh, I'm sorry. Dizzy Dean and Al Simmons are included, as well as prospect Hank Aaron. Although the original cards measured 2 5/8 by 3 3/4, the reprint cards measure the modern standard size. Production quantities were supposedly limited to not more than 18,000 cases, which I guess is, you know, it's quite a bit when you think about it. So, like I said, hopefully we can find some Mickey Mantle cards in here. This is, you know, clearly this is just for fun. Maybe if I get a Mick, I'll consider getting it graded. I'm putting together a 20 card set to send into PSA. It's something I want to do before the holidays as a little treat to myself. So let's get to ripping here. Let's see what we can find. These are all flipped around like normal. Okay, yeah. So that hasn't changed since 1991. So, yeah, we're starting off with Jim Hagan, Cliff Fannin, Allie Reynolds. It seems like most of the Yankees that are in this set all have a little higher value than other team cards. So, you know, the Yankees ones are also going to be, you know, kept in my collection. There's Billy Pierce. There's Tom Morgan, Yankee. Johnny Groth. Stu Miller. Willie Jones. John Hetke. Bill Bruton. Don Hoke. And Jim Pendleton. Okay, so none of the big ball players yet, but it's early. We'll see what we have here. So in addition to buying the Archives collection here, I also, from the same buyer that I got this from, I also bought a whole box of 1989 tops, which I'll be opening next week for Time Travel Tuesday. And then the seller threw in a bunch of free stuff too. Nothing too exciting, but it's just a lot of generosity out there right now with collectors. And I think that's really nice that people are doing that. Jim Gilliam, Gus Bell, Marty Marion, Roy McMillan, Enos Slaughter, Richie Ashburn, Clyde Volmer, Al Zarilla, Bobo Newsom, and Les Pedden. Now, I try to look through these in advance because, I'm a Detroit Tigers fan. They're my favorite team. That's, the team I grew up following. And I didn't see a whole lot of Tigers in here. So I don't know why that is. I guess the 50s, like the last time the Tigers were in the World Series before 53 was 1945 when they beat the Cubs. So this might have been a dead era for them as far as, top players. So it's Carl Erskine. So I didn't see a whole lot in here. This has not aged well. And the Indians are already in the midst of changing their logo. So that's a good thing. Charlie Bishop, Roy Sievers, St. Louis Browns. Again, that's probably borderline right now. Gil McDougall, Dale Mitchell, there's Don Hope again, Jim Pendleton, Mike Sandlock, Clarence Podbolin, Toby Atwell, Andy Semenuk. I consider myself to be somewhat of a historian of baseball, and even I don't recognize a lot of these names. When you have 274 cards in the base set, I wonder, I guess at this time, what was there, maybe 12 teams? I don't know. It could be 12 or 14. So I guess you probably had to go pretty far down the roster. And maybe that's why I don't recognize some of these names. Obviously, I recognize Harvey Haddix. This is Robin Roberts. Fantastic pitcher, Hall of Famer. Johnny Lindell. Dick Bokelman. Eddie Matthews. That's a great card there. Jackie Robinson. This is card number 1 in the set. And for whatever reason, this card, although I'll definitely keep it in my collection, doesn't have a lot of value in this series like the other ones that I mentioned earlier. Well, there's Teddy Ballgame, there's Cliff Fannin. So there's Ted Williams. This is, I think, from what I saw, the third highest valued card in this series. So we're going to put that one aside. All right, and then Connie Marrero, Tom Morgan once again, and Johnny Groth. Or is it Groth? So we have one of the big 5, and a good one at that, Ted Williams. And I believe he is one of the players that's added to the end of the series as cards that were printed that year. And I'm assuming maybe Ted Williams was maybe still in the service as Marian Fricano, Vern Stevens, really solid player for the White Sox, Elmer Velo, Ferris Fain, Jim Rivera, Bob Kennedy, Jim Greengrass, Ken Heinzelman, George Springer, Richie Ashburn, Carlos Bernier, and Jack Dittmer. Sorry about that. All right. So still got a long ways to go here. I appreciate everyone who tunes in to watch these Time Travel Tuesdays. For me, I can open up regular baseball cards, every day, but it isn't too often I get to go back into this period and open cards. I think I mentioned in the last episode that I stopped collecting baseball cards when I went away to college, and really probably my senior year of high school. It's early win. So this being a 1991 set, there's Bob Feller. That's a nice card. Because I went away to college. I didn't really collect a lot of the junk wax era cards, so I guess that was terrific timing, as Dick wrote. So it's nice for me to kind of go back and take a look at these, and even the 1989 box that I picked up from the same buyer, Carl Erskine again. I know those cards are, of all the cards of the 80s, have the least value, but I don't really feel that way. For me, it's kind of fun to look them over and to think about what I was doing during those years, and still reminisce about, Jose Canseco, who, with Mark McGwire, was just crushing the ball back then, the Bash Brothers. And, I think they went to the World Series that year. I think that was the year of the earthquake. I think it was the Predaloma earthquake. There's Tommy Glaviano, Steve O'Neill, Bob Milliken, Ed Bailey, George Shuba, Grady Hatton, Whitey Ford, who just recently passed away. This card, I did see a PSA 10 of this went for $30 very recently on eBay. So maybe that is going up in value because he unfortunately recently passed away. Mel Parnell, Charlie Grimm, Bob Hooper. There's a Tiger, Fred Hutchinson. Put that for my PC. Ellis Kinder. So, like I said, I stopped collecting in '89, which would have been 5 years after my Tigers last won the World Series. And, at that point in my life, in a sophomore, junior, and a senior in high school, I was really more interested in playing sports and playing video games and girls, of course, and, all those, things about growing up. Gerald Staley is an interesting one. Leo DeRocher, manager of the Giants. You can tell this is clearly a card that is remade for the end of the set. Gus Neros. Yeah, a lot of these guys I just don't know. Hey, there's a Mickey. That's great. Harry Dorish, Billy Heft is a Tiger. Gordon Goldsberry. And there's a card we're looking for right there. So, sorry, Sammy White. Let's see. Trying to get a good focus here. These are beautiful cards. I mean, I wish this was an authentic 1953 Mickey Mantle. I'll be retiring today in this condition. But I don't know. I can't tell if it's gradable. I might have bent that little corner there when I opened it. But I'll give it a closer look later on and give that consideration. Maybe we can pull a second one out of here, since we're already seeing 2 and 3 times of the same cards. So maybe we'll have an opportunity to get others. But we're still looking for the Willie Mays. We're still looking for the Yogi Berra. We're still looking for the Hank Aaron prospect card. So let's see what we can find. So we have Bob Milliken, Brodowski, Lou Burdett, good pitcher from that era. George Shuba, Grady Hatton, Cal Hogue, Charlie Grimm, Dave Philly, Faith Throneberry, Vic Wirtz, that's a famous guy right there, Jim Delsing of the Tigers, and Scooter, Phil Rizzuto. I believe his card just is worth a few bucks, so we'll put that one in the good pile as well. So if you've watched some of the other Time Travel Tuesdays, whenever I'm looking for a specific card, I tend to not get it at all. So it's good to get the Mickey Mantle out of the way early. I can relax. I don't have to get all stressed out about it. There's a Milt Bowling, Irv Noren, DeCocos, Yogi Berra. There's Yogi, a very young-looking Yogi. This guy had more sayings than home runs, probably. So yeah, Yogi Berra, we're going to put that one in the good pile. Here's another Tiger. Fred Hatfield. Connie Ryan. Murray Wall. Vern Benson. Bucky Harris. I believe he was the manager, right? Yeah. Johnny Klipstein. And Jim Gilliam of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Speaking of Dodgers, man, what a great comeback by them to make the World Series. That was amazing to watch. Just lots of great, exciting moments offensively, and Mookie Betts taking away a couple home runs, and it was really exciting to watch those games. Jim Wilson, Rube Walker, Ray Jablonski, Roy Campanella. Fantastic catcher in his day. Ed O'Brien. There's Teddy Ballgame. That's 2 Williams. That's good. Billy Martin. He played for my Tigers, and then he also managed my Tigers to the World Series. Or not the World Series, I'm sorry, into the playoffs in 1972. And, I mean, this guy is infamous for blowing out his bullpen arms, and not his bullpen arms, I mean really his starters, just making him throw complete games. And I mean, he was really rough on the Oakland A's of the late 70s. And yeah, he basically blew out the arm of Dave Stewart, and who was that other guy on that team? I'm drawing a blank. I can see his baseball card in my head. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of Steve McCaddy, and man, there's so many of those pitchers that he just threw like 20 to 25 complete games a year. Gus Bell, Bob Addis, Roy McMillan, Roger Hornsby. He was the manager of the Reds. I actually didn't know that. Harvey Haddix, Roy Face, Lawler, Tiger Don Lund, Mickey Grosso, Hal Brown, Miranda, and Don something. All right. We're going to pick up the pace here, and we're going to just be looking for the top players here that I mentioned earlier. So Dick Williams, future manager. Schmidt, Jim Hughes, Hearn, Danny O'Connell, Sal Magley, Bill Hunter, Dizzy Trout, Bill Miller, Stobbs, Gene Stevens. Prolific home run hitter for the Washington Senators. Definitely one of those hitters of that era that didn't get a lot of credit for his pop. All right, there we go. Okay, Frank Smith, Monty Irvin, John Riddle, Howie Pollitt, Eddie Miskus, Chuck Drayson, manager of the Dodgers, Brooklyn Dodgers, Bob Boyd, Lou Sleater, Joe Collins, Walt Droppo of my Tigers, Ray Murray, Bob Wilson. And I think in my personal collection, I don't think I have any cards from 1953. You know, if I'm at a, you know, swap meet or a baseball card show and they have, you know, cards from the 50s that are $1 or $2 because they're beat up, I'll pick them up just to add them to my collection. But I don't think I actually have anything from this. I could be wrong, but you know, from this 1953 set. So, you know, that's why it's kind of nice to have these. Okay. We're looking at, there's a Detroit Tiger. Oh, actually, I guess it's for the Red Sox, but I think he's more famous for being a Tiger and being a Tiger announcer. George Kell, he's in the Hall of Fame. We're going to put that in my good pile. There's Eddie Kazak of the Tigers. I'm not familiar with him. Ed Lopat, Gil Hodges, Dixie Howell. Howie, nope. When you get on a run of like 5 or 6 guys that you don't even know who they are, that's probably a good sign you need to blow through them. Okay. Still looking for Hank Aaron, and I think that's the only one we're missing so far. Right? That's another Whitey Ford. Joe Garagiola, one-time announcer. And his brother, man, what was his brother's name? His brother was a sports caster in Detroit at the local, one of the local television stations. It was the ABC affiliate. As a kid, I remember him doing sports broadcasts and delivering the news long before there was ESPN. Okay. Let's see, focus. Billy Hitchcock, Westlake, Ned Garver for the Tigers. Seema Pretty for the Tigers. Jackie Jensen, Padres. Hank Bauer, Carl Sawatsky, Gordon, Wade, John Antonelli. So yeah, I would like to get one more. If I get it, here's what I'll do. If I can get another of the Mickey Mantle, I'm going to put it on my Mercari page, and I'll put it on there for a pretty good value if someone wants to pick it up off my page. I'll give it free shipping in case you are interested in trying to get a Mickey grant, graded for yourself. So if we find another Mick, I will put it on the Brainiac Baseball card break page on Mercari. And as always, you can always check out my other cards that I have on there. There's a lot of fun things available. I really haven't added too much lately because I've been focused on other things. But this weekend coming up, I'll get it updated and maybe adjust some prices on my other items to move. Bubba Church, Ray Boone. What is that? That's Aaron Boone's grandfather, right? Roy Sievers, Gil McDougall, John Riddle. Okay, so we're coming down to the last quarter of the pack, of the box, I should say. Okay. So there's Bill Connolly, Billy Pierce, Heinzelman, Foyles, excuse me, Westrom, Billy Martin, McDermott, Willard Nixon, Bob Keegan, Blackwell, Freddie Marsh. Well, I mean, I love all of the Billy Martin stories. I mean, some of them are, they're unfortunate, but I love, the Reggie Jackson and story about fighting him in the dugout, and when Martin pulled Reggie Jackson out of right field in the middle of a game because he loafed it on a play. And then they fought in the dugout, and then, him getting Billy Martin fighting in bars. And, hey, there's Willie Mays. I forgot, we did not have a Willie Mays yet. So that's the second best card in this set, based on the Beckett information and based on what I've seen on eBay. So, all right. So, yeah, I mean, Billy Martin was, had a very contentious relationship with Steinbrenner. I mean, to say the least, it's Johnny Mize. To say the least. I mean, he was hired and fired 3 times by the Steinbrenners. So, yeah, it's a shame that Billy Martin had such a rough life. Okay, George Crow, Haney, Schmidt, Jim Hughes, Jim Hearn, Danny O'Connell, Billy Heft. There we go. There's another Mick. All right, so I'm going to put this one aside. Oh, there's Eleanor Engel, who they mentioned earlier, shortstop. So it doesn't say I don't know the story behind that. And if we had a little bit more time, I'm going to focus it in case you're curious who she was, and that way you can pause it and read that over. But anyway, I'm going to put this Mickey Mantle aside. Looks to be in pretty darn good shape. So I'm going to put that over here, and we'll put that on the Mercari site. And I'll add any other duplicates that I have of Yankees players, including the Whitey Ford, and if we can get another Yogi Berra, I'll add that to it as well, and the Billy Martin, and whatever extra Yankees we have. So we'll make it a whole collection. But obviously the Mickey Mantle is going to be the important one to look at for possible grading. So Jack Dittmer, Billy Johnson, Dick Grote, Harry Perkowski, Dusty Rhodes. Wow. Marion, somebody. Vern Stevens. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of doubles here again. So let's see. Do we have another Mickey Mantle in here? Let's get a Hank Aaron. That's what I'm looking for now. That's the only one we have yet to come across from the main. Try to be as delicate as I can here. From the top 5 that I mentioned earlier. Gil Cohn, Bird. There's Hal Newhouser. That's the best Tiger in the series so far. Hoyt Wilhelm, Ron Klein, Gil Hodges, Del Rice, Ted Kluszewski. There you go, Kluszewski. All right, we're down to our last 7 packs, and we're running out of time. There's only so many minutes that my phone that I'm using to record this can hold for one video. So if the video cuts out before we get to the last pack, I'll mention in the description what the final tally was for Mickey Mantle's, and whether or not we got a Hank Aaron if we don't get that far. So just so you know. And then, like I said, check the Brainiac Baseball Card Break Mercari site, and you'll see which ones I've added and make them available. So Sam Jones. All right, they're on the Satchel Paige. Like I said, I saw that his graded card went for, I don't know, like $25 or something. It's probably not worth grading, but definitely want to have it in my PC. All right. David Williams. I'm trying to, there's Dom DiMaggio. We're trying to get through these quickly. This is one of those times where I wish I had an extra set of hands to blow through these last few packs. There we go. Okay. So Lawler, there's Lund. There we go. Brown. Roy Face. He was a Tiger for a period. There's Jackie. And there we go. Nobody. 3 packs to go. Probably got 2 minutes left before the video ends. So I'm going to try to do this quickly without panicking. And I should say now, I appreciate everyone tuning in for this video series. Please feel free to like and subscribe. There's another Yogi. That's good. Put him up there on the Mercari page. Please like and subscribe. Check out our other video content. We're going to have a new logo. We're going to have new graphics coming soon. There's a bunch of great stuff that you'll see on the Brainiac Baseball video channel. All right, 2 packs to go. Boom, boom. Billy Hunter. Oh, Minnie Minoso. Dizzy Trout. All right. Oh, Larry Doby. That's a good card. Okay, last pack. And we have less than a minute, according to what I'm seeing. I'm panicking. I'm fumbling my fingers. All right. Quick, quick, quick. Nope. 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 Don't know who you are. Don't know. Phil Rizzuto. Scooter. Joe Garagiola. Roy Campanella. All right, so that's it. 30 seconds to go. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And I'm going to get the extra Yankees up on the Mercari site. Anything else I think that's interesting or valuable, I'm going to place out there as well. And until next week, thank you for tuning in to Time Travel Tuesday. Have a good night.